Good morning, everyone. This is Terry from Allen Art and Design. Hope everybody's having a nice day. Got my French vanilla coffee right now. Yum. So today I would like to do part 2 of my craft supply haul, but this is more of for sewing, embroidery, and slow stitch. This I got, I believe I bought these at Michael's. Let me get my glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. These are DMC, size 18. And let me see what it says here. These are sharps, size 18. I've already taken out one. I love a long needle with a large eye and a sharp point. So I'm going to add that to my embroidery kit, my needle book, and anywhere else that I think I might need one of these needles. I don't recall how much I paid for them, maybe like $6.99. But I saw them and I figured I would pick them up. These I got at Savers for $3.49. These are napkins, but I'm not going to use them for napkins. I want them for the material. I would use this for the lining of something, maybe a pouch, a needle book, a rice bag. So there's 4 of them for $3.49, and that's really cheap. And I like the color. I will definitely use those. I put that aside. Let's see, the next thing I got this at Savers too. This is just the top of a curtain, but I just love the material. And this was $2.99. And I thought if I cut this up, I could use this for the sides of a rice bag. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 sides and the bottom. I love it. I don't have to really do much of anything. I can embroider on there, or I can sew something on there. I like that. I love plaid. And I love green, so there you go. The next thing I got, like, I don't even know why I bought this, but I saw the material. It was all wrapped up in a bag. I didn't even see that it had all these crazy hooks on there. I don't know what I'm gonna do with those. I want the material, so I'll show you what I'm gonna do. These are samples for upholstery material. And I'm going to get a pair of my fabric scissors. And for some reason, this is all glued together. You can't even get that off. I'm not even going to try. It'll ruin it. And then there's this corner that they stitched in. I don't really care about all of that. What I want is, I'm just going to go ahead and I'm going to cut across. Get rid of all of that. Which it's not straight, but it doesn't matter. I'll take it. Like, I could take a rotary cutter to that later with a ruler. But right now, I just want to show you what I'm gonna do with it. And I might keep this little piece here. I'm getting rid of this. I don't need this. What am I gonna do with that? Let me get my barrel. I'll bring it closer. So I thought that I could cut the top off. And then, let's see where this is. I'll have to do it from here. I really hate that I'm going to lose that much. I'm just going to cut it across. It's pretty thick. This is upholstery material for couches and stuff. And look at that. That's the beginning. Let's see, is that gonna shred, I wonder? I don't mind frayed edges at all. So that's fine with me if it shreds. This is the beginnings of a needle book. And the other thing I thought that I could do was I could sew them together. Let me show you all the different ones that there are. This one is like a suede. There's so many different patterns here. I thought maybe that I could cut them into squares and stitch them together, and I could make like a tote bag or something out of it. These. I love the colors. So you can mix and match them. Look at this one, herringbone. I love the combination of colors here. You can really come up with a nice, I'm not crazy about this one, but let me look at the inside. Sometimes the inside material looks better than the outside. Don't know what I would do with these. I think I'm going to take those out of the mix and just show you what else I have. There's a few plain ones in there. Look how nicely those go together. Like that. Another herringbone. Look at that black and white. Love that. Another herringbone. And look, all of this material costs $2.99. So I'm sure that I will come up with something to do with all of these. And for that price, I figured, why not? I love the material. Look at that. That's pretty. You could mix that with some denim or something. There's a couple of them that you could do that with. Let's see. This one and this one. These would look great with denim. Even that one. Let's see if there's any more like that. Like this. You can mix that with some denim panels and you've got yourself, you can make yourself like a little, a pocketbook, a wallet. I don't know. We'll see. I'm looking forward to using those. Come up with some new ideas on things to do. I've never made a wallet before. That might be fun to do. So let's see what else I have. Okay, the next thing I want to show you is this. I'm really thrilled with this. I do still have to wash it. This is like a tablecloth or something, I believe. But look, I'm going to have to assume that this was made. But there's no tag on it or anything. But let me show you how much I paid for it. Yeah. $8 at a church thrift store. The reason I want it, I'm not going to use it as a tablecloth. I want to use it for the doilies. I'll just cut them off. I'm going to have to wash it first, but then I'll wash it and then I'll cut them off. But look at this. There's got to be 100 of them. I love them. Let's see. Well, now this, I just looked at this. This is the edge. The ones on the edge have a rounded side, and then on the inside, it's pointy. I don't know if that really makes any difference at all. I mean, you could always cut them down a little bit more if you wanted to, but I thought those are great. And I have like other ones from different things that I've cut that I will use. And let me show you an example of what I would use this for. But look at that. I am thrilled with that. That's something I would just sit and cut those apart when I'm watching TV or YouTube or whatever. I would use like the doilies for, this is a pouch that I'm working on. And I could add more doilies to it. This is, I've just mocked this up. It's not even a, you could put, I don't know. I haven't decided yet what I would do with this, but you can put them wherever you want them, but I just love the look of them. I have a lot more of these, so if I wanted to do 4, I could do 4. If I want to do 1, whatever I want to do, but this is a doily too that I'm going to stitch on there. I've got to stitch the whole thing together with the sewing machine. Once I finish stitching all these on, I'm going to stitch it with the sewing machine. I just feel like it would stay together better that way. But that's another project in the works. Let's see, the next thing I found is, look at this. When I saw this, I never see these things. I just was thrilled to see this. What this is a runner for a table. You can't even see it all. It's so long. But what I do is, and I've already cut some of these out, is you just cut them apart at the seam. Somebody really took the time to stitch this. Usually there's only 3 or 4 stitches. This one's got quite a few stitches. And you just cut them apart. I'll cut this one off. You cut them apart, and then you can use them in slow stitching and your embroidery projects. They're all made for me. And look at how old these have got to be vintage. I mean, look at how old they are. And you can tell by looking at the material, the fabrics that they used. This was $2.49. Could not believe it. That was like the find for me. My most recent score. I love it. I am so thrilled. I'll be using that for needle books, and very happy to find that. All right, and then I got these. These are just placemats. But they're made out of like upholstery material. So I would cut the back off. I wouldn't use that. And I would, or even I could leave the back and use it as the lining of something. You could stitch these together and make pouches. You know, maybe if you stitch 2 of them together, you know, turn them in, stitch them. Then on the bottom, it would be like that. Yeah, that would be great. Look at that. You could put a zipper on there, or you could not put a zipper, you know, whatever you want to do. You could put a closure on it. The other way, you could do it this way too. And make it so you have a flap. You could just make a small pouch, you know, turn it in or whatever. And just make a smaller one. Stitch it together. I'm just going to hold it so you can see what I'm talking about. And then stitch it with your sewing machine. And then you've got like a little flap there, and then you could put a button or something. You could stitch it all the way to, maybe move that up a little bit. That would be great. And then just put some kind of a big button there with something that wraps around, and you get yourself a cute little pouch. So there's a couple of different ways that I can use these, and so there's 4 of those. I got those at a yard sale, like $2. So that's another project for the future. I've got plenty of content, that's for sure. Now this I got the other day. $2.99 at Savers. I want the embroidery on there. I thought that was beautiful. This right here, if you cut this out, that's the beginning of a panel for a rice bag, because you can start adding in lace and more little pieces of embroidery. I'll show you an example. I just showed this on one of my videos about sewing, for upcoming sewing projects. But let me show you an example of how I would use that. With this one, I added a bunch of lace. I just took some white material, and then I used some interfacing, and then I just started pinning everything on here. I have this lace. It's not old lace, but I just kind of like the way it looks. I used one on each of the panels. And then I just started stitching little pieces all around. Let's see, this one goes like that. And after I stitched everything on, then I took this it's iridescent thread. I bought it when I was making my daughter's wedding dress. And I put it in my sewing machine, and it kept breaking. Thing is I spent like $12. I've never spent $12 on a spool of thread in my life. So I saved it because I said, someday I'm going to use it. And guess what? I'm going to use it for this kind of thing because it sparkles. It just looks very pretty. But the best part about it is when you stitch it, you can't see all, like, my stitches are not perfect by any means. But you can't really tell. It all kind of blends in. I love it. So that's what I would do with this, is I would cut this out. I would get some interfacing, and then I would start stitching on a bunch of other, like, lace all around it, and then just start putting some little, like, leaves and things to add color. I just love it. That's what I would definitely do with that. So, and it has lace on the edges. So what I'll do is I'll either cut that, or I'll probably pick it because I don't want to ruin the edge of it. And there's a lot of lace there. So I will definitely use that. Speaking of lace, I bought these on Amazon. These are spools. And I just thought that they would be great. I've seen people use them for, lace. So I think if I took all that lace off of there, I'd find one that it fits on, like this. Just wrap it on there. And I'm going to fill these all with lace and then keep them like in a basket or something. I just think that that would look really pretty. This one I got at a yard sale. It was all loose. And it's just screwdriver and tighten it up. And there's another little spool. So there's my spool collection. I'm excited about that. I thought when I ordered these on Amazon, this happens a lot when you order things on Amazon. Even though I read the description and everything, I thought these were going to be bigger. I was hoping for like big ones so that I could do like a slow stitch roll or something on there. But when I got them, I said, you know what? I'll just put lace on them. They'll be fine. Trims and lace. So there's that. I think I paid, maybe. Let's see, does it even say how much? No. It says it's for yarn, but I'm going to use it for material. Thread spools. And it's just a variety pack. I think I might have paid $10 for them. This tablecloth, I'm going to cut out all these pieces, and these small ones too, and I will use them in slow stitching, rice bags, embroidery projects. So what did I pay for these? Yeah, $2.99 for each panel. I thought that was great because not only am I getting embroidery, but I'm getting lace on top of it. So I thought that was like Very good buy. All right, let's see. The next thing I got is, I got a bag of embroidery threads. The thing I loved about it, it has like a rainbow one. I've never seen this before. I thought that would be really fun to stitch with. I'm going to use some of that in my stitch book, my sample stitch book that I'm doing. It was inspired by Jennifer Clouston's book, Foolproof Freeform Embroidery. And I have shown it on my channel. And I have been working in it, so I'll be doing another update soon. And then I think I'll only have to do maybe one more after that, and I'll be able to show the book all stitched together and done. And then this, I don't know what this is. What is this? It says 100% cotton, 50 yards of 4 strands. Huh. So you could either use it all 4 strands, or you could, this is thick enough where you could separate it out. 1, 2, 3, or 4. So that's good. I don't use red a lot, but I had so much red and brown in this bag. What I did was I went ahead and I mailed some of this to Lizzie Brewer. She does these adorable little dolls, and I thought maybe she could use the red and the brown for hair for her little dolls. So I sent her a big bag of this, and she showed on her channel the other day that she got it and that she loved it and she would definitely use it for her dolls. So I was thrilled to be able to share some of my craft supplies with another YouTuber. And I love her channel. She does all kinds of really fun stuff. And then I got this bag of thread. It doesn't look like it's very good quality thread, but it's thread. And I would like to utilize this when I'm embroidering. It's only 1 strand. And I like the multicolors. I only paid I think $2.99 for all of this. But I think that would be fine to embroider with, especially if I'm doing a sample book. I don't want to spend a lot of money on expensive embroidery threads and silk ribbon. I'm just using what I have. I've got this kind of thing, and I've got polyester ribbon and whatever, because I'm just going to use up what I have before I spend any more money. So this was only a few dollars, and there's a lot here. So I was thrilled with that. Let's see. Then I went to Michael's, and they were having a sale on ribbon. This one is not part of that. They were like, let's see if they say how much they were on there. I think they were originally $2.99 a piece, and I got them on sale, and they were only $1 a piece by the time I was done, because I get a teacher discount and I got the store discount. It was 30% off, plus I get another 15%, so I got 45% off. So I need some colors for my sample stitch book, and I didn't have any of these colors. I don't want to go much bigger than this. Whatever this size is, it says 1/4 inch. I don't really want to go much bigger than. I like the thinner ones, but I do have a few of those, and I love the colors. So I will definitely be using those. And I thought that was a pretty good deal. Let's see, I got this at, I believe this was at Savers too. And if I can see the price tag on it. This was $5.99, which is kind of expensive for me. I don't usually spend that much on something like this. It's just a tablecloth. But I love the color of it. I love the material. It's very soft, and I think this would be great to embroider. Once you stabilize it, it already has a little background pattern on it. It's pretty big, but I thought this would be perfect for the base of slow stitching and embroidery projects. Even rice bags or whatever. This could be lining for pouches. I could, even a tote bag, because I have so much of it, I could definitely make the lining of a tote bag with this. It's pretty big. It's probably, oh, let's see. Ooh, it's probably 4 by 6. So that's a lot of material. And for that, for $5.99, I thought that was pretty good. So the last thing I have is, I have this pouch. It's supposed to be for like when you travel. I've never used it. It's brand new. It's been in my closet forever. It's never even been used. I'm like, I gotta use it for something. So I started throwing embroidery threads and stuff in here. So let me show you. These were embroidery threads. Let's see, what's it say? Lanes de Nord. Mulberry silk. Oh wow, these are silk threads. It says $13.95 on it. I bought a whole bag of these together. These 3 together for like $2.99 at Savers. Now this is a yarn, but look at it. It's all like furry. So the thing, I think what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to show you. I made this bird journal and I made a nest. There's the nest right there. I think what I want to do is, and I'll just take a little piece off to show you. I'm going to glue some of the brown in because I didn't really want a blue nest. I really wanted a brown nest. So what I'm thinking is if I put glue in there, I can just tuck this in all over. And I'm going to make myself a little nest that has some of the brown sticking out all over it. I think that's going to be adorable. Yep, that's what I'm going to do. I think that will be fun. I don't know what else I would use this for, but that came to my mind as soon as I saw that. So I have one use for it. I have no idea what else I could use it for, but I guess I'll figure something out. But look at these beautiful silk. This one's variegated. Look at, and some of it's shiny. That's beautiful. I'm definitely gonna be using this in my sample stitch book that I'm working on. And then look at this stuff. Look at that. It's so pretty. I love it. You can stitch with that, or you can use that like in a dangle. I'm gonna add it to, I bought this thing. It's all tied around some type of a circle. These are all fibers, but look at these kind of things. I've got some of that stuff in there. It's not the same, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna add this to this. And then I have another one. There's 2 of them. And I do cut these up. You can see that I've cut some of it off of there. I use them for dangles. This is a dangle I made for my nautical journal. And I used those fibers. I thought they were beautiful. They just look so pretty hanging off the side of a journal. This one has got like bells and stuff. Oh, the bells are on the bottom of the charms that I put on there, but look at how pretty that is. I've got a video on this. I have playlists on all the journals that I've made so far. This is made from a Dollar Tree gift bag. If you're interested in watching that, you can go to my playlist under Nautical Journal and you can watch from start to finish how I made that. But this is how I would use those fibers to make beautiful dangles. I made one for my daughter's Halloween journal / scrapbook, and I made her one out of this too, so that's hanging off of her book that I made for her. There was some orange in here and I cut it all out because I used it for that. There isn't any more, so I'm gonna add this to that. That's another thing I can do while I'm sitting and watching TV. This thing is super long too, but I just hang it on a nail behind the door. Doesn't take up any space, and it reminds me that I have. So then when I see something, I will use it. If the problem with a craft room is when you tuck it away, if you haven't labeled your area, you're not going to know where you put it. I don't know where half the stuff in my room is right now because I have to go around with a notebook to each area, and I'm going to write down what's in that area until I get to labeling things. That way, if I'm looking for something, I just look in my book to that area and it will tell me what's in that area. So this, I think, is going to be fun. Oh, and I have some of this as well. I guess I'll be adding all of that to this. And oh, that bag of these three was $3.99. I think the other one was only $2.99. I mean, you cannot beat those prices. So I'm just going to put these all back in my little thing here, pouch or whatever you want to call it. It's good for holding this stuff until I figure out what I'm going to do. This is the last thing I have, I'm pretty sure. Let me look around and make sure. Yeah, this is the last haul I'm going to be doing for quite a while because my craft room is pretty much all set. I have everything I need. I've got enough stuff to do probably 3 years worth of content on my channel. So it's time now to just make things. Stop buying things and make things. And that's what I'm going to do. Look at this that I found. But what I'm going to use it for is tying around a journal. Let's see, I'll just take this journal as a sample. This is my garden journal. So I'm going to show you. I would just take this. I don't know if it will go all the way around again. No, that would be too short. So I would just tie a journal up with this. This would be great. And what you could do is you make one bow. Then you can make, oh, I don't know if there's not enough. You could make another bow if I had enough. And do a double bow. So that would be on a journal. I love the color of it. So it's something I will keep and I will use in the future. This one already has it attached to the book. All right, so I think that's everything that I have to show you for right now. Oh, I wanted to say thank you to all my new subscribers. I've been getting a lot of new subscribers lately. I'd also like to recommend that if you are new to my channel, go back and look at some of my older videos. I have 35 playlists on all the different types of things that I do on my channel. So you can get to know me. You can get to know the types of crafts that I do. It might give you some inspiration. And if you're not interested in some of the things I do, if you look under the playlist, you might be interested in some of the other things I do. Then you can just watch the videos for things that you're interested in. And you don't have to watch the ones you're not. And that would help my channel to grow. And I would really appreciate the support. So let me know in the comments if you're new and you have gone back and looked at any of my other videos or my playlists. I'd love to hear that. That would just help me and give me a little encouragement. Because I do have a small channel and it's growing slowly, but I'm hoping to get some traction over time. Because I do love to craft and I have so many ideas. It's ridiculous, the number of ideas that I have. I feel like there's not enough time in the world to get them all done, but one at a time. That's all you can do in life, right? So now that I've done my 2 hauls, I can start going on and either going back and finishing projects that I've already started or start some new ones. And so I'd love it if you come along for the ride. And if you can encourage me in any way, I would appreciate it. And I do want to thank a few of my YouTube friends that have recommended my channel and sent some of their subscribers over. And that really, I really appreciate that. Like I said, please like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to hear from you. And I will see you in the next video. Happy crafting.